All right, so we're back here and we're focusing on mixing the drums. I did want to look at the master bus here real quick. As you can see here, as I may have mentioned in the previous video, we are using API console emulation. So that's for the console channels and also for the bus channel as well. It just seemed to match the direction that the track wants to go in. And we have this API compressor, of course, by Waves. I typically will use Waves or UAD for a number of reasons. Plug and line stuff is good, but I don't use too much of their stuff. I wish I did. I should probably do a video where I only mix using Plugin Alliance plugins because they have some pretty amazing stuff. So let's take a look here. Is a bit punchy. Sounds a little weak. Hearing it again. Sounds very weak. Without this API plugin here. But we're going to fatten it up because we applied it to the base of this. I think it needs a little bit of tape saturation, and just a little bit of tape compression as well. So we are going to. So we have a number of options here. I think baby audio tape. Typically, you don't like baby audio tape on low frequency content. So we are going to try out some digital EMR. beginning. Rewinding it instead of just going right back to the memory marker gives your ears a little mini break. So one of the things that is a benefit from the analog days, right? It forces you to trust your intuition more as well. So again, you got to mix with your ears and your heart more so than your brain, than the left side of your brain. So that's not bad. I can almost guarantee you baby audio tape is not going to work. Let me just see what happens with Kramer tape. It's kind of an old school kind of tape. We're just going to start here. C setting here is pretty musical. I think in an earlier video I said soft tube plugins were creating issues. I meant sound toys. So I'll have to update my sound toys plugins. Let's just see how this sounds. The 811 formulation is a woof to it, which I don't like, so we're not going to use that. So I don't think this is going to be the way to go. So we are going to instead, probably going to go with that tape in C setting or slate virtual tape machine using the FG9 tape emulation or tape emulator. Tape, and we're going to get rid of all of these. It's nuts. So now that I've heard it, to me tape sounds more musical in the C setting, and I think it works better for this. The FG9 is a good second place, but it's the character and vibe it brings is just different. Now the question is, I run a compressor after this. I need to add a compressor. Do I want to do it in parallel? We add a compressor here. I could do it in parallel. Let's see what happens if I do this. Or if I just add a compressor here. So what compressor do I want to use? Now there's another question. I want something clean, I think, because I already have some of the color from the API channel strip, the API Vision channel strip. So we could do something that's not, going to change really the character of the sound too much. We're just going to look at our options. I probably just might do the standard stock Dyne 3. Don't knock the Avid stock plugins. They're actually, some are actually pretty decent. I'm looking at these. What is the AR1? I'll come back to that. None of these make sense. No, the deflector. No. That's from Sci-Fi, which is distributed by Cush Audio, or UBK, as Gregory Scott likes to call himself. I'm just thinking about how it would sound through these different plugins, and there might be 2 plugins that are an option here. The Millennia is just very clean. I like it more for strings and for orchestral recordings. Pewig Child, no. No, it doesn't need a tape. It does not need a tube compressor. Should we put it through an through an 1176? We could. Not the blue stripe, just the revised model. Black box. No. Now Slate has their plugins available as standalone plugins, as you can see now. Used to be part of the virtual mix rack. So the 2 options I'm looking at is the CLA 76, the Dyne 3 compressor. There's another one which names escapes me. I don't know if I would use that one. Let's see here. Just rewind this all the way to the beginning. And let's see how we're doing on our time. All right. So we're going to rewind this, and then we're going to start a new video.